Hello YouTube, let's play another game. We have an opponent playing with the white pieces, going for d4 as always, and trying to get that Jobava London in. Let's see if you can get one. And we do. And it's always a question which variation we have this time. Okay, this is a really exciting variation. I'm quite well prepared here. I'm gonna explain all this in the analysis afterwards. This is the main move, e4. And given he played this so quickly, you think he was prepared against this because, like I said, it's the main move. But apparently not. So let's see. He can take here, can take here, can take here. All those moves have been played. Can probably try and play it slow. Although I don't think I've ever seen e6, but I think it's alright. But he goes for a long think already, meaning he is not prepared. So we might see a move I've never seen here before because he's not prepared. Okay, that's a move. Yeah, now there's two moves here. Question is, which variation do I want to go for? Queen a4 is actually a really tricky variation, trying to hop the knight in. Should I go for that? This is definitely the main move, bishop e5. Let's show this variation because it's, again, it's really tricky. He can already mess up here, I believe, if he isn't careful. Okay, bishop there. Now the question is, can I already play this? Let's say he hops his knight in or something. Check. Takes, takes, takes. It's probably not what I want. This doesn't really work. Okay, so I'm not sure, but I think this is the move. I usually play this variation with the bishop here, so I should have prepared that. And I know in some variations I can actually take here, so let me remember. Knight takes. Does it work in this variation? Probably not actually. Could try and take here, because it's kind of a counter-attack. Then the spin is annoying. Can also just go here. Yeah, I'm probably already messing this up. Let's do that. Now things like this are strong, probably. Maybe I can get out of it somehow. Maybe take here. You can't really take, I think. Maybe it's fine actually. Let's see what he wants to do. He can't take with the queen, because then I have this. He takes with the pawn. I feel like that's some kind of accomplishment at least. Okay, he goes for that variation. Yeah, there's nothing else on taking here. He takes here. And now I kind of need to save my bishop, right? Or maybe this. Then he takes with the knight, so I can't afford that. So I think I'm going here. And maybe he can win a pawn now. That pawn would be weak, so it's not the worst, I think. And he has a check, but I can just push my pawn. So that's not too much of a problem. Castling queenside looks scary. On the other hand, this bishop's a bit loose. But it might be alright. We both still have the bishop pair. I'm going for that. Maybe I don't want to go for this pawn. Maybe it's too slow and I should just give it up. Trying to develop my pieces quicker. Okay, goes for that pawn. Thinking I just can go here. So let's say this. Yeah, it's not really a threat, I think. And king b1 is at some point anyway a move I'm gonna have to play probably. And this looks a bit scary, but he doesn't have a queen anymore, so that's not really too much of a weakness here, I think. Now this should be an alright move. Yeah, so let's play it. And again, I don't really think I have time to go for this pawn. It's just too slow. So let's try this. He's probably gonna try and bring a rook over, although gonna have to play something like this first. Yeah, he's going for that. But I feel like this is a move I wanted to play anyway. And does he threaten anything? Don't think so. Maybe just wants to improve his knight. Which is probably wise. I could not try and win this pawn. Giving up this looks a bit scary. Yeah, so let's go for this. Yeah, he does want to improve his knight. So I need to move this bishop now. Probably here. Maybe he goes for plans like this. The bishop is nice over there, and he does have a passed pawn, so could be scary at some point. Okay, he sees something. Yeah, there he has a fork. But I can take here and then here, no? Two pieces for the rook and a pawn, so it's still about equal, but I do have an extra piece. Now he's definitely ahead in development. Yeah, like I said, I do have an extra piece here. So let's swing the rook over. I don't mind this trade. At least I don't think I do. Maybe I should. You never know. Yeah, so he's trying to attack this. Can offer a trade like this. Maybe he pins me. If I move my knight, he can go here. Winning another pawn. Could also just attack his bishop like this. Which might just be the move at this point. I'm giving up the d-file, so I don't know if that's best, but he could win the d-file if we want to anyway. Just put a rook here. Okay. Now I can offer this trade maybe. Or just try and attack the bishop. That's probably just too slow. Could also go here. Now let's attack the bishop actually. I just don't want it on this diagonal, and now he doesn't really have a square on that diagonal anymore. So yeah, this is probably good for me. Can try and attack the rook. Bring my bishop here. Does that do much? Maybe not too much. I can just bring my rook back over. Try and get the file again. He's probably gonna go for one of the rooks here. Although then he loses this pawn. So I could... No, I couldn't. So yeah, probably this at this point. But at least now he can't take the file. He's just trying to trade pieces, which is odd. Let's do that. I think it should be fine. Kind of forcing another trade. And I don't really know how this endgame is. Maybe it's better for him. But I do have the 2 pieces for the rook still. Maybe I should start bringing my king. Maybe this is a good idea. Let's see, I can go for this. It comes with a threat. It's easy to stop. Let's bring my king. Because the bishop still can't move. I guess he can move here, but that's again just a trade. So I'm still forcing this trade, yeah, and I would like to bring my knight here, I think. Maybe it wasn't best. Who knows? Let's see. Trying to go here, you might push. So maybe try and bring my king in. I have 2 minutes, so that's my main problem here. Yeah, these endgames are always interesting. Let's try this. Yeah, is he gonna go for a draw? Probably at this point I shouldn't really mind a draw. Also given the time situation. So I think if he goes for a draw, I'm just gonna take it. Maybe I have something here, but I don't think there's much. Especially given since he also has a pawn. But he's definitely trying to find something. He is playing on. Okay, let's see what he wants to do. If he ever pushes this, my knight has a nice square, I think. My idea here was to maybe bring my knight over. Or after this, there's not really any prospects for my knight. Maybe I want my bishop over there. But let's say he goes for that. Maybe this is an idea. There's not much there. Let's go for this idea. So here he does create a passed pawn. But I think I can stop it. And I should really just play quickly at this point. So let's try that. I'll probably mess up along the way, but yeah, not much I can do. Okay. Guess he goes here. trying to kick it out. Yeah, he wants to stay around there. I can create some threats at least. Maybe go here. So I really need to speed up. This is the thing, I need to go back because here he has this. Yeah, after this, I'm threatening stuff. So let's go for this. Probably I'm gonna lose now because I just don't have enough time. But it's still quite an interesting game, I'd say. Still gonna make things annoying for him. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. Not much I can do, I think. And with 3 seconds on the clock, that's not gonna work out well. Yeah, he just makes me time out. There was no point in pre-moving anyway. Let's go to the game review. I think it was interesting up to some point. I think I played quite alright. Yeah, but I was losing in the end game. Let's see. Yeah, so this is a really tricky move. I know it says it's a mistake, but it's really tough to play against. And here already I'm winning, and I just didn't know the move. So I should really prepare for this. Just E takes D. And let's say he takes. Yeah, that just wins a piece. And if he moves the knight, which looks like it attacks my queen, so something like this. Just queen b3 and still attacking the knight. Yeah, that looks alright. So I went too fancy. I know in a lot of lines this is the move, but just not here. And here I'm just losing from the start. I got out of it alright. So actually from this point it's quite good that I managed to stay in the game somehow. And here this is a missed win. c4. Oh, that's also interesting, yeah. Yeah, I should have found that. And this is just... Now it's equal actually. So it wasn't too bad to go for this endgame. Here I'm slightly better. Here it's equal again. Yeah, not the best endgame. But like I said in the game, I just didn't have enough time. And here black actually is better. Yeah, usually 2 pieces for the rook is alright. But in an endgame, especially because he also has a pawn, that's dangerous. And his king is just way more active. That's also a thing. But all of that is also because I didn't have much time. So I tried to make it complicated, but Yeah, I knew at this point I'm just gonna lose. I have 2 seconds. I just made some random pre-moves. I mean, not completely random, but still. Like here I'm obviously winning, but he just played this because he knew I would run out of time. So yeah, alright game. I did lose, but I felt like it was quite instructive. So let me know what you would think. For now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.